Do you know what one of the most common things that all successful people have in common? It's that they wake up early and establish a morning routine. Well, that's no secret. I mean, it's been something that's been raved about for so many years, right? Like since our childhood, our parents have been telling us to wake up earlier, or all the rich people books that we've been reading. Everybody seems to just be waking up earlier. So why are we not waking up earlier? Is because it's hard. Waking up early is actually one of the most difficult routines that a person can put into place because you're essentially just shifting around an entire day. You have to move all of your different routines and patterns to kind of cater to this new routine and way of doing things, which is what makes it super hard to begin with and why a lot of people generally just give up. They start waking up early a few days after, willpower dies, and then there we go, same routine, night owl again. In this video, I'm gonna spill all the tea on how to become a morning person, from a previous night owl to an early bird. I'm not joking, here are my credentials. I used to wake up at literally 12 p.m. every single day, feel groggy, literally not want to do anything with my day. Everything was just kind of flowing. I was flowing through life. I didn't really have control over things. To now, waking up consecutively at 5 to 6 a.m., be able to accomplish all the goals I've set for myself, and even going to the gym in the morning. Yep, you heard it straight. I am a morning gym person. And in this video, I'm gonna be giving you tips and tricks also on how to become a morning gym person. This video is broken down into video chapters as usual for your ease and convenience. So let's jump right in. Let's first start by talking about the night before. Now, the night before is what's really gonna set you up for success for the next day. The first thing you wanna do is establishing a night routine and try to stick to this the best that you possibly can. So your night routine is essentially gonna be broken down into these various categories that you see here. I like to break it down between a 5 p.m. and 11 p.m. time frame, so that gives me about 6 hours to see what I'm gonna be doing during this time to set myself up for success for my morning routine the next day. So some of the things you wanna consider here are the time that you have dinner, showering, skincare. It might be night rituals such as drinking tea, meditation. To give you an example, this is what I do to fill in these categories. Something else you want to consider is really regulating your body when it comes to, your sleep cycle. So what time are you going to sleep and what time do you want to wake up? By regulating the time that you go to sleep and you wake up, your body is going to become accustomed to it over time by building this new habit. You might want to consider writing in your agenda the night before and essentially prepping for your day. So this might be like waking up at this time, going to the gym at this time. This is the workout routine I'm going to engage in. This is the breakfast I'm going to have when I get home from the gym. This is what my day is going to look like, and these are the tasks that I want to tackle in the evening. So you want to be quite specific and plan out your day. And what this does is it basically just alleviates the stress from you, so you don't have to question what it is you're going to do today because you've already planned it the previous day before, so you're setting yourself up for success and less stress if you do that. Now, for my people that want to start going to the gym in the mornings, what I do personally is I prep my gym clothes the night before. I pick out the outfit that I want to wear to the gym, fold them up, and literally put them on my table in a spot with my purse already packed up, all my gym gear packed up. So I know the next day, all I have to do is really just get out of bed, do my little morning routine, put my gym clothes on, and I'm out the door. Something else that you can prep in advance is your breakfast ingredients. Plan out what you want to eat the next day, the night before. Even meal prepping for breakfast might be a really, really helpful thing for you to do when establishing a morning routine. Another big tip is to clean up your space. Look, nobody wants to wake up and see a messy room. It just clouds your mindset, it clouds your outlook for the day, and it literally just makes you want to stay in bed. Instead, clean your room the night before. Declutter your area. Make your area smell nice. Change your sheets. Make everything just a very wholesome experience for you, so when you wake up, you're ready and refreshed to start your day. Another tip is to eat dinner earlier. You want to make sure that you have enough time for your food to actually digest, so you're not stuck with indigestion, GERD, acid reflux. Oh my God, the worst. Especially if you're trying to go to the gym in the morning. Eating earlier helps so much because your digestion will kick in earlier, and thus when you wake up the next morning to go to the gym, you don't feel super sickly. Also, eating earlier actually helps you not binge eat later at night. So technically it's like a 2-for-1, right? You're gonna be able to eat earlier, have better digestion, and then you're not gonna binge eat. And last tip for a night routine, this is literally a cliche at this point, but limit your screen time. Increased screen time actually reduces your melatonin levels, which is your sleeping hormone, and disrupts your circadian rhythm. Make your bed the area where you are engaging in sleep. Don't have, your phone, even a TV if you have a TV in your room. There's no need for screen time while you're in your bed. Your bed is for sleeping. You want to trigger your mind to know that that space is meant for sleeping. It's essential that you're putting together these habits and routines, especially at night, to set up a good routine for the next day. You want to make sure that you're setting yourself up for success so the next morning when you open your eyes and you're waking up, you're ready to take on the day because your previous self at night planned and helped you out to make sure that you're successful the next day. Moving on to the morning of. The biggest tip I can give you is to stop putting on numerous alarms. It is nothing for you. It is one of the worst and most detrimental things to you waking up early in the morning, believe it or not. It's super ironic. There are two main reasons as to why putting on multiple alarms just will not work. Number one, why do you have to put on multiple alarms? You're literally mentally setting yourself up for failure. You're telling yourself, hey, I don't trust you enough to know that you're actually going to wake up at the time that I say you're going to wake up. I don't know about you, but I think we should be trusting ourselves, right? So instead of putting on multiple alarms, just set one alarm. If you want to wake up at 6, set the alarm for 6 a.m. That's it. Second reason, setting up multiple alarms and snoozing every time the alarm goes off actually makes you wake up more groggy, more tired, and more just like not ready to take on the day because you're disturbing your sleep cycles. After you eventually wake up, you're going to be so tired for the rest of the day, just like not in the mood to really take on your day. So I highly recommend just set one alarm. And I promise you, as you continue this habit of waking up early, you'll see yourself even wake up before the alarm goes off. Spend the first hour of your day doing something you love. This might be reading, maybe going to the gym and working out, maybe an at-home workout, spending time with your pets, going on a walk, or watching your favorite TV show. Do something within at least the first hour of your day that makes you happy because it gives you something to look forward to when you wake up. Another trick, get out of your pajamas. Your mind is going to be conditioned to think and believe what you want it to think and believe. So when you put on pajamas, essentially triggering your mind to think that, okay, it's time to go to sleep. As you continue to do this, you put on pajamas to sleep, take off pajamas when you wake up, you're gonna trigger your mind to think putting on pajamas is an act or a trigger that lets me know it's time to sleep. And taking them off means we're getting ready for the day. I'm not joking. This tip helped me so much when it came to changing my mindset over waking up. Another super helpful trick is to have different morning routines. What I mean by this is we're all human. There are some days where we feel super energetic and super ready to tackle on the day, and then we have days where we're just not feeling that great. We're a little bit lazy, a little bit laid back, a little bit like, hey, I don't want to tackle this day because I'm really stressed today, right? Like we're human. We're going to have days like that. So the best thing to do in these situations is to have multiple morning routines that reflect and ensure that you're still productive on the days where you don't feel too good. Here's a trick for the girlies. What I like to do is break down our monthly cycle kind of like a pie. There are 4 quarters to the pie. 1 quarter is dedicated to our menstruation period, so our period. The 2nd quarter is our ovulation. The 3rd quarter is right after our ovulation. And the last quarter is our premenstruation fatigue. Now look, I am no doctor, I am no scientist, but I am a girl. Whenever I'm on my period, I always feel super, super tired and just like not myself. So during that week, I have a specific morning routine that's catered to when I'm on my period. And that might include a little bit of a slower morning, really just kind of taking my own time, just kind of really easing into it and understanding and loving my body for every effort that it's making. Here's an example. I generally work out 4 times a week. And here's kind of how I break it down based on these 4 quarters that we just spoke about. We're gonna look at quarters 2 and 3, which are the most high energy times for me personally. Here, because I have so much energy, I go to the gym 4 times a week. I really just push myself, do all my heavy lifting activities. I'm able to really have the energy to do those workouts during this time period. Quarter 4, which is my pre-menstruation. During this time, I'm generally just a little bit more fatigued. To make sure that I'm still fulfilling my habit, I do 3 days a week for the gym and 1 at-home workout routine, whether that's Pilates or yoga. Quarter number 1, which is my period, I generally here go to the gym about 2 times a week, and I do 2 at-home workouts that are very, very low intensity. So this is just an example of what I personally do, but of course it's gonna be different for you based on your body and your different energy levels with your different cycles. So I encourage you to really sit with yourself and determine what that looks like for you, and then create morning routines that align with those. This is just going to make sure that even on the days where you don't feel too good, you're still getting things done and you're still feeling productive. Something else that I put into place into my morning routine, which made all the difference, was having phone-free mornings. The last thing you want is to have information overload. What we want to encourage here is just waking up positively. Wake up, maybe even do morning affirmations to really set the tone for your day, but do things that really make you feel happy. You don't have to worry about checking your phone. Those things can totally wait. It's not a necessity right now. I really encourage you to try this. Try having no phone mornings. This was something that I implemented into my schedule that made all the difference for me. I mean, now I literally have all of my notifications off because it just helps me be more productive in my day, in the sense that I feel like I have control over my day. Like, why should my phone tell me when to check it? I feel like I should want to check it when I want to check it. And the last trick here for the morning of is to change your mindset. Instead of thinking of the mornings as a horrible, dreadful experience, think about it as an opportunity. By waking up earlier in the morning, it gives you an opportunity to appreciate things just a little bit more, because you have the time to do it now. You're not rushing, getting out of bed, going to work. You don't have to do that anymore. You literally have the time to put together a routine that encourages gratitude, encourages peacefulness, and being present in the present moment. It allows you to just have that extra little bit of time to appreciate yourself, appreciate those around you, and appreciate the life that you've been given. Moving on to the last portion of the video, the tips. Tip number 1, you do not have to wake up at 5 a.m. to be successful. Listen to that again. Just waking up 1 to 2 hours than the time you wake up at right now can make all the difference. It's going to give you a little bit more time to put together a good routine for you that's going to allow you to be in the present moment. No more rushing. No more grabbing the coffee and getting in your car and driving to work. No more rolling out of bed and going to your at-home office because you work from home. No more of that. Now you have time to actually take a shower, to actually change your clothes, to go to the gym in the morning and have a good workout routine, to eat a whole breakfast. That's what waking up early is going to be able to provide you. Tip number 2, if you really struggle with waking up earlier, you could try the 15-minute rule. The 15-minute rule is waking up 15 minutes earlier every single week. If you normally wake up at 9 a.m., you're going to wake up that whole week at 8:45. Within 1 month, you'll be waking up 1 whole hour earlier. What I would highly recommend for people that want to start going to the gym in the morning is start with a morning routine first that doesn't have anything to do with the gym. Just wake up early. Have a good morning routine. Once that's already established and you're ready and very comfortable with it, then you introduce the gym. Because your mind is already triggered to wake up earlier and begin your day earlier without the huge disruption of the gym, it's going to help you be more successful, and this is going to last more long term if you do this first. The recipe for success, I literally promise. Tip number 3, the slump. Now, we all know what I'm talking about. It's the one where you wake up super early and at like 1 to 2 or 3 p.m., you're completely over it and so tired, and you're like, oh my God, I need coffee. Having a morning routine is a habit, and it is going to take time for your body to get used to it. So of course it's going to trigger a midday slump. It's going to feel like that. It's going to feel like that until the habit implements itself into your routine. One thing I really want to stress here is please don't rely on caffeine. Instead, opt for water. Because one thing that waking up early and having a morning routine is going to shed light on is your level of dehydration. Because now you have so much time from the morning to the evening, it's going to show you that you're severely dehydrated during the day if you're not drinking enough water. Drink water when you're having those slump moments until they eventually pass by you riding the wave, because water is just genuinely better for you than loading up on so much caffeine, because at the end of the day, that's going to disbalance your sleeping routine in the evening. So your whole night routine is going to be thrown off the charts, and then you're not going to be able to wake up early in the morning, and then the whole routine is messed up. Something else that helps with midday slumps is just having a really good whole breakfast, because this gives you all the vitamins and nutrients that you need to really tackle on your day and have the energy to present yourself as the best version of yourself during your day. Tip number 4, reward yourself. Now, this might be even in little things. It might be, you've gotten through 2 weeks of a morning routine. So now take yourself out for coffee. Get your favorite drink at Starbucks. Do things that make you happy. Reward yourself because you deserve it. You've been through this cycle. You've motivated yourself. You've pushed yourself to get this far, and you're going to continue to push yourself, and you're going to get to where you want to be. But reward yourself for the small wins, because this is going to remind you that you're capable, and you've been able to do it for this long, so you can continue. And the last tip that I have for you, which is my favorite tip on the days where you don't want to do it, ask yourself, what would the future version of myself do? I promise you, 9 times out of 10, you're going to get out of that bed Because the future version of yourself would want you to get up. The future version of yourself would want you to literally be able to tackle on this day better than any other day you have ever tackled. The future version of yourself wants better for you. You are responsible for creating them. And that's it for today's video. I hope this video gave you some insight onto tips and tricks on how to become a morning person from a previous night owl. And I hope that these are realistic things that you can implement into your schedule today to make sure that you're being successful. I believe in you. I know you can do it, and I'll see you soon. Now go wake up early.